Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. My name is Prime and today I'm finally gonna show you a build again. Yes, it took a little bit, but we're back at it and I think this build is a freaking banger. An SMG run and gun build like you can see in the background. And the beautiful thing is about this build, the two most important parts you can buy in this week's vendor reset. I thought, let's do something different and see what the vendor resets has to offer, buy a few things and put a build together. You can buy the gun and you can buy the backpack. The backpack is a must buy, and I went for the gun because it seemed like not many people were using the gun or even making builds with it. And here we are, running and gunning through Lincoln Memorial, and it is a lot of fun. This does an insane amount of damage, around that 7, 8 or even 900k crit shot. And this is not on an expertise level whatsoever. Yes, the gun is proficient, but I didn't upgrade it at all. So you can only go higher in your damage output if you go to 20, if you go to 10, wherever you are on your expertise. So I thought, let me show you a base build and then the damage numbers can only be higher instead of lower if I am running around with a higher expertise on my gun. But this is a lot of fun, guys. Near to that crit chance max, near to that 200% critical hit damage, and like you can see, up close you can shred through people. You can even shoot a little bit from a distance as well. And this is a great SMG to play around with. But enough intro, guys. Let's dive right into the build. And there it is, guys. This is the build that you just saw me shredding through Lincoln Memorial, starting with the technician specialization. Why are we using this specialization? Because it comes with a linked laser pointer. You can attach that to a gun if it has a long underbarrel rail, and the only thing you have to do is aim at people. They will get pulsed, and instantly my spotter and my flatline kicks in, giving me an extra 35% amplified damage. Yes, guys, 35% amplified damage. And this is why this build is a beast and a lot of fun to play with. And like I said in the intro, you can pick up two important pieces of this build in this week's vendor reset. So let's jump over to my guns. Main gun is the MP5 ST, and this is one of the guns or one of the items that you can pick up in this week's vendor reset. This already comes with flatline on there, so you have the opportunity to roll the damage you target out of cover on there and optimize the SMG damage and a critical hit chance just like I did. For now, it hits for 124.1k, 800 RPM, and a mag of 52. And why do I say for now? Because this is just a base MP5 ST. It is proficient, but I don't have any expertise levels on it. So this is just the base gun, and we can still hit to 8 to 900 crits. Imagine you boosting this up to a higher expertise level. Man, you can just shred through everything, and it is a lot of fun for a run and gun build. Why are we using the technician? Like I explained, that linked laser pointer. And the beautiful thing about this SMG is that it comes with that long underbarrel rail. So we can put that linked laser pointer on there and, like I said, aim, shoot, amplify your damage. The rest of the mods are critical hit damage, so twice critical hit damage, an extra 10%, and of course the extra 20 rounds minus a 10% reload speed. So let's push over to my next gun, and that is the M1A. Yes, this is on expertise level 20, so I'm getting an extra 20% weapon damage, boosting this up to 534.2k, an RPM of 180, and a mag of 15. Rifle damage, critical hit damage, and then of course damage you target out of cover on there, and I chose for the talent Rifleman. Landing headshots add a stack of bonus of 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds, max stack is 5, additional headshot refresh the duration. So you can get up to 50% extra weapon damage while landing headshots. and it is a beautiful gun, especially right now with the golden bullet. Damn, I miss this gun. No kickback, you can just shoot everybody, almost one-tapping every single thing in the game. It is a lot of fun, but I mainly use this gun to shoot some people that are further away from me if I can't reach them. For example, we have Grand Washington Hotel. You encounter a moment that you need to shoot people off a balcony. I will switch over to my M1A, just take him out, and that's why I'm using the M1A as my secondary weapon. I went for a critical hit chance twice, an extra 10% critical hit chance as the mods, and of course then that extra 5 rounds. Then jumping over to my pistol, and you can use just everything. I'm using the TDI card. I just used all the pistols that I still need to get up to that expertise level or get him to that proficiency level. So choose your gun however you like. I just have that TDI card on me, but again, you can choose for everything. Then let's jump over to the overview of the build. I'm using 2 pieces of Sokolov. First piece will be my mask, second piece, as you can see, is my backpack. And why? Because this gives me 10% SMG damage and 15% critical hit damage. And this is just a great combination. Everything on this build will be critical hit chance and critical hit damage. And my personal preference is to build towards that 50 to 55% critical hit chance before you're gonna build into some critical hit damage. Let's jump over to the backpack, and this is another beautiful piece. This is the must buy of this week's vendor reset. Yes, you can pick up this backpack. Critical hit chance, critical hit damage already on there, so you can optimize that. You can optimize the weapon damage as well. I put a 12% critical hit damage mod on there and then rolled a vigilance on there. Increase total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. And why is this such a beautiful backpack? Because you can change the talent on the fly. If there's a new season, there's a better backpack talent, more damage, maybe some amplified damage, you can just instantly swap it instead of searching for a new bag because you want that new talent. So definitely pick up this backpack. So this backpack and this MP5 ST are for sale in this week's vendor reset, and that's why I'm making this build a very fun build to play around with. And of course with the MP5 ST, and I didn't see that many builds with this gun. Jumping over to my gloves and my knee pads, and you already guessed it, these are the best in slot pieces. Why? Because they again come with multiplicative damage. The gloves come with damage to armor, these are the contractor's gloves, and the knee pads will come with an extra 8% damage to target out of cover as the Fox's sprayers. Why are we using it? Again, for that amplified damage. Getting our gun that extra 10% damage to target out of cover, getting our knee pads extra 8% damage to target out of cover, boosting us up to that 18% damage to target out of cover in combination with that 8% damage to armor, and this is all multiplicative damage. I chose for critical hit damage as the 2 attributes next to the damage to armor and the damage to target out of cover. Jumping over to my holster, and this is the Grupo holster. Why did we choose for Grupo? Because my critical hit chance is already up to par, so I chose to go for some extra critical hit damage, and that is what Grupo gives you. Again, weapon damage, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage. And then for the masterpiece of this build, this is the named Uzinia Gatica closer chest. Fully red. Yes, I got lucky enough to find it with critical hit damage and critical hit chance already on there. I optimized it like you see, and then it gave me the opportunity to roll the weapon damage over the armor core, and I added a critical hit damage mod. And then of course this comes with perfect spotter, amplifies the total weapon and skill damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. Just like I said when I was explaining the talent from the MP5, in combination with spotter and then flatline, you will get an extra 35 amplified damage. And that's pretty much the whole build, guys. Next to that, I chose to go for a Reviver Hive with 10% Reviver Armor Repair, 10% range, and 10% duration. The last 2 mods will come from your specialization. definitely add those because those are double the percentage that you can find within the game. And then for my secondary skill, and this is the foam launcher. I love this thing. It is so freaking good. It is survivability and it helps you control mobs. So when you think you're almost dying, fire this thing on his knees or on his feet and he's stuck and he won't fire at you. Or of course when a door opens and you can spawn trap a whole group of enemies, shoot at their feet, they are all trapped at one spot and it's easy going to take them all out. And that's why I'm using this foam launcher and I freaking love it. You can go for whatever you want. You can go for a shield, for example, to give you a little bit more survivability. You can go for example, the drone, the attack drone, to make sure that the aggro is not always on you. But I like to go for the foam launcher. I have the 9.8% in share duration on there and 1 extra ammo. But yeah guys, this is pretty much everything of the build, so let's jump over to the stats and I will fly through that real quick. We have 55% critical hit chance, decent enough for me, and almost 200% critical hit damage, 193%. Pretty good. But that's pretty much it guys. The 70% headshot damage you will always have. We have that 8% damage to armor as well from the contractor's gloves, and then what is not in these stats is that 18% damage to target out of cover. And again, it's multiplicative damage. But that's pretty much it, guys. Quick and an easy build to make. Go for it. Pick up that MP5 ST in New York. Pick up that backpack in your clan vendor. And you can thank me later. Enjoy this build, guys. Again, thank you very much for clicking this video. I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking till the end. If you want to know a little bit more about the Division and the Division universe, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like the video if you like this build. And of course, I want to know what your opinion is about this build. What would you change about this build, or do you think we can make this build a little bit stronger? I would love to hear from you down in the comments below, but that's pretty much it. I will see you in the next one. PurePrime out.